Sanibonani, Ni hao, Avusheni, Dumalang, Bonjour. We would like to take some time to share with you the journey we have been on in Izenzo Zobuntu with Grade 3, and has been a time of great conversations and discussions, many of which may have been continued around your dinner tables in the evening. Firstly, to unpack the term Izenzo Zobuntu. Ubuntu is a well-known term in South Africa and is often summed up in the phrase, "I am who I am because of who we are." The concept is that we are all deeply interconnected. Our very being is intrinsically and inextricably linked to those with whom we are in community, and ultimately to the broader community of South Africa and the world. As we unpacked this with the boys at the start of the year, many use the words of Jesus to explain it. Treat others the way you would like to be treated yourself. It is putting others first, living in humility, with compassion for and understanding of others. The term Izenzo can be defined as actions and practice. So Izenzo Zobuntu is the activity and practice of living out Ubuntu. In essence, when we look at our St. Peter's values of being respectful, honourable, compassionate, resilient, responsible and collaborative, Izenzo Zobuntu is synonymous with living out the St. Peter's values. We began the year drawing up our agreements that we call containers to make the boys' Izenzo Zobuntu time a safe space to talk and share openly. We unpacked the concept of Izenzo Zobuntu, and the boys spent time drawing their community webs, seeing how they were part of multiple communities and therefore had collective identities, such as being a St. Peter's boy, South African, or resident of South Africa. Within these collectives, however, it was important for the boys to understand that we each also have an individual identity. We took several weeks to think carefully about our individual identity. We used the analogy of a pizza box, which might be well branded on the outside, but it is ultimately what is on the inside that really matters. Boys created their own pizzas with 6 slices that outlined their name, nationality, ancestry, culture and traditions, personality and character, religion and beliefs, and hobbies. As we went through each, boys received some input, had small group discussions, and then recorded their information on their own slice of pizza for their box. On completing our individual pizzas, and to celebrate our individual identities, the Grade 3s took time to eat pizza together and to share with the class something from our individual identity that makes us unique. With a greater understanding that we are all individuals within our collective identities, we have gone back to look at the importance of being aware of majorities and inclusive of minorities in any context, so that everyone feels that they belong. Our methodology for introducing this subject at St. Peter's is to ensure that we are not teaching boys what they should or shouldn't do in given situations, but rather having Izenzo Zobuntu discussions. During the year, we have taken the opportunity in every grade to consider how and why we commemorate and celebrate Human Rights Day and Youth Day in South Africa. One of the most rewarding aspects of the Izenzo Zobuntu discussions is seeing how our thinking has changed over a period of time. Once again this year, there are pages of thoughtful, honest reflections. Here are a few.
I realize that I am who I am because of who we all are. I learned that we are all together. I know that we all have an individual identity.
I learned that not everyone is the same. I realized that man is never an island. I know that every culture is different.
I learned that not all of us are Christians. I learned that we are different in different ways. I learned that we are all connected.
I used to think we were not the same color. I now think we are all shades of brown.
I realized that everyone believes in different things. I learned that you can't say everybody is the same. I know that people have different traditions and that nobody is a nobody. Everyone is connected.
I learned that we all have different cultures.
I learned that everybody is not a Christian.
I have learned that even though you are different, it doesn't mean you don't belong. It is nice to hear other boys' life stories. It is interesting to hear about other thoughts and crazy ideas.